just in the middle of it, I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do this, because one, it's very emotional. Second, it's very personal. That it's something that I've not shared with many people. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. I'm happy to have you here, and today it's story come, as in it's story time. Okay guys, and this story, it is very personal, it is very close to my heart, and I'm choosing to share with you guys so that you learn a thing or two. For those people who want who may be in such a situation, you'll know how to go about it. And yeah, so let's get right to the video. And remember to subscribe to this channel, it supports my channel. And also click the button next to the subscribe box, that is the ring button. It will notify you whenever I post my videos. And without further ado, let's get right to the video, or rather to the story. Wow, okay guys, so what I'm about to share with you, it's something that is very personal, and not just personal, it's something that is really deep to me. And I'm not saying this to just try and be a dramatic, no, it's my life experience and something that has been so heavy in my heart. And and let me just and I'm asking God for the grace to share this, because I promised that this channel is gonna be a channel of inspiring souls and just encouraging people and also motivating people. So I want to just do that for your own, for just to be faithful to my word, and also that someone will get take away something that can be helpful to their lives. Okay, so when I was in high school, I lost my dad, and I lost my dad when I was in Form 3, yeah, in Form 3, and I am the firstborn in my family. And so let me just say that before my dad passed, he went through some illness. He was very ill for some time, and at that time I was a teenage, and you can imagine, like, being a teenager and the things that we really try to do, and there's so much going on in your life, there's so much changes that are happening so drastically, like every left, right and center. And this trying to figure out yourself, this trying to fit into in your circles, in your friends. This also you trying to work harder, because they keep telling you, the pressures that are all over the place. And for me, the last thing I would want is to have something else to worry about. And I remember just wanting to just bury myself and think and say that, you know what, this is because I'm very good at doing that. Let me just be honest. I'm very good at hiding myself when there's something that has to be handled. And for that, I remember that time I really did not want to believe that my dad was ill. I wanted to just imagine that, you know what, it's gonna be well. It's not that serious, And I remember just not wanting to be at home, because at this time there would be so many people coming to visit in and out. At our home there was always guests, and I wanted to just be in school. Sometimes I would just remain in school. I remember I was even made library prefect, because I was always in the library whenever other students are not in school. I want to go to the library and just be there. And literally what I was doing is just trying to hide away from the reality of that my dad is ill. But then again, I didn't realize how serious that was until he passed a few months after. And this is something that I've never even talked about with my mom or anybody, my siblings, but I really try to believe that and to want to forgive myself for that. But when he died, when he passed, that is when I was in Form 3, a lot of things happened. First of all, I was in denial. Like, I was like, no, 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 it's, like you go through, it's not happening. You go in denial. And I had someone speak about different phases of mourning, and for me, my mourning was denial. Like, I denied. Kapsa was like, no, my dad is gonna come back. Like, because he was taken to hospital and passed in hospital. I was like, no way, he's gonna come back. As in, what are these people doing at our home saying that my dad is not there? And I remember just being in a moment of completely denial. And days passed by, they came for the burial, and we buried my dad. In, I felt like you might know the kind of a person that I am. So, like, all this time when I was in school, when all these things were happening, I was that time I was burying myself in the books. In books, I started writing. I had started writing, and there were so many journals of me every day, like a whole bunch of them. I was writing about the things I feel, the things that are happening in my life, how I would want things to be, who I am, trying to figure out who I am and how I feel, and everything, like everything. And that is how I was able to be made the prefect of the library prefect. Anyway, that is just a by the way. Something I didn't know that was gonna help me after school. I remember that one teacher in high school telling me that is finding me in the library, and he was like, what are you doing? And I showed him the things that I was doing, the papers, and he went through them all and he read them, and he was like, this is a good thing, you can actually write a book. And from there, that is how I started now thinking. The idea of writing a book came about. And before I get there, so after school and even in life, I would not stick to one job. I would jump from one job to another, because anytime, like my heart, you see what guilt does to you, it lowers your self-esteem, it lowers your it really makes you so emotional and judgmental and very quick to judge people. And it became me. I became that person. Like, I would judge people. You treat me badly kidogo, or there's a little challenge and I'm out. I jump out. I was ready without even knowing where I'm going. I'll jump out. I'll leave a job without knowing where else to go. And so for me, I remember that just one day sitting down and crying hard and being like, God, why can't you just take away this heaviness in my heart, this heavy guilt that is in me? And I remember that one because it was in the evening and I was going through some stuff, and when I spoke to God in the middle of prayers, God reminded me about something that happened in high school. And I went back to my stuff and started looking for the journals that I had written in high school. And I realized that I had written the whole story and the things that I was feeling, and the whole story about my dad and how I wished I could have been. The thing, I could have been there for him, how I wish that God would not have taken him. Maybe you should have waited for me to just at least finish high school, because it really affected my academics and my performances in school, my self-esteem and everything. And it almost cost me everything. And now I am an adult, and I am here struggling with the same things that I was struggling with in high school. I'm telling God, I'm tired. I am tired. Like, I am really tired. God, can you do something? And so when I remembered about those journals, I went through them, and I remember just crying so hard and being like, this is what my heart has been carrying all along. Like, I have been carrying this burden with me of guilt, yet there was and I had even written it down, and I don't know what to do with it. And that is how I decided. Remember that teacher who suggested that maybe I can write a book? I immediately remembered that, and I was like, you know what, this is what we're gonna do. That is how this here, right here, guys, it's upside down, but it is called Deep in My Heart. This is Beatrice Kanja, that's my name. That is how this book was born. Okay, and I am very grateful to God for this piece of this book, because it really helped me to overcome the guilt. Because I remember the moment I wrote this book, it was a miracle to me. Like, immediately after writing this book and getting it published and all that, and I got the copy, I remember just feeling like the burden has been taken off. And for the very first time, I felt I needed to forgive myself. I felt I had to forgive myself. It is not just about forgiving others and trying to assume things are okay and trying to bury myself and suffocating the guilt and everything. I need to forgive myself for what I did or what I did not do. And for the very first time, I started praying specifically about forgiving myself. I started asking God to help me forgive myself. No, not anybody else, but forgive me. Because you know what happened was meant to happen. Like God had plans, and the Bible says that his plans are for good. Like he will not allow the enemy to win. And also the Bible tells us that we fight from a place of victory. And so for me, I had known that I am victorious, and but I was still suffocating myself in the guilt, knowing well that this was bound to happen. So writing this book really helped me, and you should get a copy. It helped me to realize just how important it is to forgive yourself and to allow yourself to know that what happened, whether it was your fault or not, whether you're going through some difficulties, mourning, or you're feeling some guilt, or there's some things that you have done that you wish you could change. I'm just here to tell you that you need to forgive yourself in order for you to move on. From the day I forgave myself and I released that burden, I started understanding that, there's so much more for me than just blaming myself and causing myself pain that was not even necessary. Things happen, people pass, people leave us, and that is life. But we have to move on. After everything is said and done, we have to really move on. We have to learn to always keep moving. Don't be stuck there. Wake up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. Whatever has happened, and there's nothing you can change. You can never change your past, but you can change your future, and you can do something about your present. Your happiness depends on you. It is how you see things, because the moment I started seeing things clearly and I started understanding that what the Lord God had a plan to take away my dad, and that did not have anything to do with me. I started living. I cannot testify that I started living right from that moment. And for me, this book is not just a book. It is a testimony that indeed God is faithful. God is faithful. It didn't matter how much money I used. It didn't matter the processes of all that. But for me, even if it doesn't help anyone, for me it has already accomplished the purpose. It has already accomplished my heart desire. And even as I sell, if every time I am selling this book, I am always like, I pray that the same way it healed me, it will be able to heal you. It will be able to allow you to be in a place of forgiving yourself. Because many times you are being told all the time, forgive others, forgive people, but forgiving yourself is more important. It is very important, because after you've forgiven other people, then, and you have not forgiven yourself, it's such a waste of time. So I'm just urging you guys, whatever it is that you've done in your life, whatever burden that you've been carrying all along, I don't know how many, whether it's months, whether it's days, whether it's years, I want to just encourage you to just surrender to God and just let God offload that burden from your heart and from your soul, and that He will allow you to be in a moment of forgiving yourself. I don't know, but I just hope it is gonna help someone out there. Yeah. And with that, with a few remarks, I feel like my video is over. I feel better. I feel so good. I feel better because of sharing that. And I will always share with you guys something that I know that is going to be helpful to you. And I believe that this one will be helpful to you in one way or another, whether in the near future, in the past, or in the present. And you shall be able to testify the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and you shall be able to be you will not be the same again. It is my prayer. And I will leave you there. Thank you so much for clicking this video. And before you go, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. It supports my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, guys, let's support a sister. Okay, guys. Anyway, with that I'm gonna leave you there until the next video. And also remember, after subscribing, remember to click the button next, the bell button next, that is going to notify you whenever I upload a video. Without further ado, I'm gonna leave you there.